Good morning. My name is Steve Richardson with Ultimate Real Estate Media. So I was driving earlier this week, and I happened upon BNI Podcast, episode 925. It's with Tim Roberts. But the title of that podcast episode is Obligations versus Opportunities. And I encourage everybody to listen to it. The podcast only runs about 10 minutes. But after that podcast ended, I found myself sitting in the car quietly. And I was wondering, how do I know if something is an obligation or an opportunity? So I gave it some thought, a lot of thought, maybe too much thought. And I literally came up with a way of determining how any task or situation is an obligation or an opportunity, not only for myself, but it also applies to everyone in this room. But before I reveal that, I want to share 3 quick considerations that we should all think about when we're making that determination. Consideration number 1, how do we feel? Right? Is it something that we have to do, obligation, or something that we get to do, opportunity? Right? Does it drain us or does it energize us? Or here's a more applicable one. Did you have to come to BNI at 7 a.m. this morning? Or did you get to come to BNI at 7 a.m. this morning? Because our mindset is the first thing we need to take into consideration. Consideration number 2, does it align with your purpose and your passions? You see, if you're doing something that is just an obligation, it's something that you're expected to do regardless of how you feel about it. Whereas something that's an opportunity is going to be helping move you towards a goal or maybe even catapulting you towards some goal that you have. And number 3, the third and final consideration is does there exist potential for personal and or professional growth? So again, with an obligation, you may find that you're kind of going through the process of doing something because that bucket has to be filled. It's already predetermined, pre-existing. You're just doing the bare minimum or getting by. Whereas when you look at something that's an opportunity, you're still building, but you're building with the sight that there's a future. There's more to be expanded upon. So those 3 considerations are the things that I utilized when I was trying to determine between our tasks and our situations. Are they obligations or are they opportunities? So earlier I mentioned that I can answer for every person in this room today. And I can do that because I know one absolute. For each and every person in this room today, it is as you will it to be. And think about that, because your intentions along with your actions are what determines the outcome. And I'll say that once more because I want to make certain everybody got that part. Your intentions as well as your actions are what determines that outcome. For example, if a BNI member were to walk up to me and say, Steve, what can I expect to get out of BNI? I can confidently smile and tell them because I know their intentions, their actions are going to determine what they get out of BNI. My name is Steve Richardson. This has been your education moment. Thank you, Dr. Matt.